Hello, good day everyone. We will now proceed to the lesson 2 of contemporary Philippine arts from the region, still under quarter 1, module 1. We will be talking about various art forms found in the Philippines. What's in? There are 7 major art forms: visual arts, literature, music, theater, film, dance, and lastly, architecture. What you need to know. At the end of the lesson, the learner should be able to identify the various art forms found in the Philippines. Second, to discuss the various art forms in the Philippines. So that will cover from Luzon, especially in Visayas where we are at, and Mindanao. Alright, now let's talk about what's new. What you will be learning new for today. First, let's have a wordy challenge. From the words that you can see on the above box, what will be our new topic, and please explain it in a few words or in your own words.
You remember me when the west wind moves among the fields of barley. You can tell the sun in his jealous sky when we walked in fields of gold. So she took her love for the case while among the fields of barley. In his arms she fell as her hair came down among the fields of gold. Will you stay with me? Will you be my love?
For the Visayas, we have the Visayas is a region popular for its breathtaking natural landscapes, from unspoiled beaches and dome-shaped hills to vast oceans with backdrops of majestic sunrises and sunsets. But while nature reflects this stunning creativity, the region's respective community boasts of sophisticated artistry as well. In every province, you will find a vibrant traditional arts and crafts scene. In fact, it's one of the best things tourists love to see when they visit the Visayas. Watch this.
Welcome to Philippines Discovery. Today we are going to discover the central island groups known as Visayas in this island nation of the Philippines. Lisa here, your honorary Filipina. Let's take a tour of these 6 land masses. They're broken up into Western Visayas, Eastern Visayas, and Central Visayas. Mountainous patchworks of farms and jungles make up the island interiors. Some of the country's most fabled beaches occur in the Visayas Islands. The Visayas Islands are known for its marine life and spectacular beaches. Here we have a panoramic view of the San Juanico Bridge, the longest bridge in the country. It connects the island of Samar and Leyte Islands in the Visayas region. The most popular Visayan island is tiny Boracay. It is known for its pristine coastlines. This island is very popular with divers and snorkelers. These group of islands, which are located between Luzon, the largest island in the Philippines, and Mindanao, they really give you calm waters, shimmering coves, and palm fringe beaches. They have interesting tourist attractions like Willie's Rock on Boracay and Paradise Lagoon. Beautiful spots. You can find some very quiet tourist resorts. One such popular resort is the White Beach Resort. Seafood is inevitably fresh in this region, dominated economically by hauls from under the ocean. If you love architecture, you can visit old churches and buildings. Next, let's go over to Bohol. Alona Beach is very popular, one of the best dive sites in the world because of the marine life and coral reefs. On the coast of Bohol, you can find some very comfortable resort spots with sandy beaches decked out in tropical flora. Cebu Island, the usual entry point to central Visayas is Cebu City. From here, you can take a plane and hop to the capital cities of neighboring islands, board fast ferries to some destinations, or travel by slow boats to others. The Philippines' third largest city is Cebu City. It fans out past historic Fort San Pedro through several nightlife districts to Mactan Island. You can visit some Cebu temples. Again, if you like architecture, you can certainly visit the Cebu Metropolitan Cathedral in Cebu City. In 1937, Fort San Pedro became the quarters for the Philippine Army. The barracks was eventually removed, and the fort turned into a promenade area popular in the early evening hours today. Tourists also love to visit the refreshing Kawasan Falls. Cebu has become a model for tourism development with its deep water port and growing international airport. The city and the province of the same name are magnets for investment, both Filipino and foreign. A large wooden crucifix that was left by Magellan in 1521 commemorates the Philippines' first encounter with the West. It's Cebu's most important historical landmark. The Chocolate Hills remains Bohol's most famous attraction. It's called the Chocolate Hills because in the summer the grass cover turns dry and brown. The two large islands of Samar and Leyte are best known for their brutal battles of World War II. But these two islands cradle some of the country's luscious forests and pristine shores, offering ample opportunities for action sports, historical tours, and scenic leisure strolls. Locals live largely off rice and coconut farming, with the usual Philippine staple of fish. There are venues that do abound for rock climbing, trekking, surfing, and hiking, and of course, water sports like kite surfing. But keep in mind the eastern part of the Visayas Islands is the least prosperous and the least developed for tourism. While you can find an array of lodging, you can also find cozy native huts and cottages that are also available. See you next time on Philippines Discovery.
Let's proceed with different art forms in Western Visayas, like in Panay. The one that you are seeing on the screen right now is one of the popular woven products that you will find only in Antique, that is called patadyong, usually made from cotton and abaca, and this tube-like wraparound garment can be worn. Next one is sinamay from Negros. It is a material or woven material made from abaca fiber that has long been a popular textile in Visayas. And as well as in Dumaguete, there are a group of artisans focusing on crafting rocks and stones into vases, like what you can see on the screen, into wall art, jewelry boxes, etc. And the next one is Mascara from Bacolod City. It is the festive mask that represents the arts of Visayas. Very beautiful, right? What about the art forms in Eastern Visayas? Now, you are seeing banig from Samar. It's a grass called tikug is abundant in this province, and you might not be familiar with this raw material, but you surely heard of its popular byproduct being or sleeping mat, which is called banig. So when you go to Samar, especially in September, you will catch the Banigan Festival, also known as Kawayan Banigan Festival at Pasay. It's a celebration of the province's dynamic mat weaving industry. Similar to Samar, you can also expect tikog crafts in this province. If you ever miss buying the famous banig in Samar, you can also shop around in Leyte, but aside from sleeping mats, you can also buy uniquely designed rattan and bamboo goods as what you can see on the screen. They made it into baskets. At the same time, aside from mats, the province also has skilled craftsmen who make different kinds of ceramic products made from kaolin from Biliran. Now let's proceed to the different art forms in Central Visayas. Let's start with Cebu, called as bakat or weave baskets from Cebu. What else are the traditional arts and crafts of Visayas? Well, Cebuanos have their own version of weave baskets that they known as bakat. It's made of bamboo strips, and the native craft is put together by hand, forming lattice patterns uniquely designed, and it boasts of hexagonal shape. There's another one in Siquijor. If you're on the lookout for coconut handicrafts to add to your home decor, perhaps cutlery set, then Siquijor is the place to be. The province has several artisans specializing in carving coconut wood. Now, let's get to know more about our famous artists, Filipino contemporary artists, and of course their artworks. Let's start with Ernest Concepcion. Concepcion is a studio artist whose work experiments with intense emotion, deconstructing images in his paintings, sculptures, and as well as installations. He creates art like recording a music album where each painting is from a series of 9. Concepcion describes it as producing an old favorite, classic, sleeper hit, and one piece he doesn't really like but keeps coming back to. Then we have Ronald Ventura, 1973 up to present. Ventura is a contemporary artist from Manila with a bachelor's degree of fine arts in painting from the University of Santo Tomas. He initially taught in the same school after graduating, but found his true calling as a visual artist after his first solo exhibition at the Drawing Room in Makati in the year 2000. Ventura's work is known to consist of multiple layers using imagery that focuses on the human form. His paintings are a dramatic union of comic sketches, reality, and as well as graffiti. Next one is we have Oscar Villamil. During 1953 up to the present, born in Caloocan City, Manila, Villamil is a multimedia artist known for his large-scale installations consisting of objects found in local communities. His art career may have started later in life, but his installations have enthralled audiences for the past decade. He initially worked as a set designer for television, a leather bag craftsman, and a successful t-shirt company entrepreneur before holding his first solo exhibition in 2006. And another one from Caloocan native Dexter Fernandez, 1984 up to the present. Dexter practices a variety of mediums, ranging from painting to street art and animation. He most recently participated in art residency programs in Lear Art Space, Yogyakarta, Indonesia, 2013. Under Asian Cultural Council in New York Fine Arts Work Center, Massachusetts in 2015 and Ongoing Center, Tokyo, 2016. We Have another one, Neil Pasilan, 1971 up to the present, brother to artist Jokno Pasilan. Neil is a Bacolod-born artist from a family of craftsmen and boat builders. He is a self-taught visual artist who displayed creativity as a child. Pasilan has molded clay figures for most of his life and continues to use this in his work. Currently, he is based in Manila. And we have another amazing, famous contemporary Philippine artist, Kawayan de Gia, 1979 up to the present. This Baguio-born artist is son to legendary filmmaker Kidlat Tahimik and German artist Catherine de Gia and was mentored by famous Baguio artists Ben Cab and Santiago Bos. Kawayan's art contemplates the Philippines' changing urban culture. Also, as well as we have a female famous Filipino contemporary artist, Patricia Perez Eustaquio from 1977 up to the present. Eustaquio is an artist who works in various mediums, experimenting with different materials through installation, drawing, and as well as paintings. We have Martha Atienza, 1981 up to the present. Born to a Dutch mother, watch this.
My name is Marta Atienza. I am a Filipino-Dutch artist. I work with experimental sound installations, but I also work on long-term social projects to use art as a means to trigger empowerment and tackle socio-economic and environmental issues. With this project, Endless Hours at Sea, I have been obsessed with the sea since I was a young girl, and I was able to board on international cargo vessels since 2010. The last one I was on, I went from New Orleans to Sweden via Russia, and this Atlantic crossing took me about 4 weeks. You know, my father was a sea captain, and I grew up partly on an island in the Philippines. My grandfather was a lighthouse watcher on a tiny island with about 6 coconut trees for 20 years. So this is probably where my obsession comes from. And I am currently experimenting with basic elements of water, sound, and light.
Also, Elmer Boylangan.
Mainly, I'm a painter doing two-dimensional works. It's exciting for me for my ideas to be translated into three-dimensional forms. It's also a way to express my views on wildlife and the environment. My main concern is the destruction of the oceans, no, by using dynamite fishing. I live 10 minutes away from the West Philippine Sea, and you can see in the village that there are some fisher folks who have lost their arm, lost their limbs. So I think the preservation of the seas and the oceans is important for me. As an artist, I try to make life more colorful and exciting by creating pieces and artworks that people can interact with. With my artworks, hopefully they can create discourse on issues about the environment. Hopefully, they can move to do actions.
Now, let's proceed to Filipino musical instruments. We have the flat gong, sulibao, tunggatong, diu-diu asis, sagipoy, bungkaka, kulintang, and as well as rondalia as one of the Filipino musical instruments in our country. And as well as for the songs, we have OPM, Harana, and Kundiman, also considered as contemporary song. Let's have a quiz.
Refers to the staging and execution of a production like drama, opera, festivals, dancing, theatrical performance, cinematography. A racked gong chime instrument played in the southern islands of the Philippines. Tonggatong, Bungkaka, Kulintang, Rondalla. OPM is a contemporary art? True. False. Metropolitan is what contemporary art form in the Philippines? Theater, architecture, painting, dance. Artwork that appeals primarily to visual sense such as paintings. Theater, visual arts, literature, music. Art form that appeals to the sense of hearing, composed by combining notes into harmony, architecture, dance, music, theater. Art form of language through the combined use of words, creating meaning and experience. Literature, dance, music, theater. A technological translation of theater. Literature, film, music, dance. Art form of performance. Dance, film, theater, music. Art of the human form, body is used, mobilized and choreographed. Film, literature, dance, music. Art that relies on the design and purpose of the structure. Architecture, literature, dance, music. Art produced at the present period in time includes and develops from postmodern art, art, modern art, contemporary arts. The famous painting of Juan Luna. Spoliarium. Los Damas Romanas. The Death of Cleopatra. Mona Lisa. Contemporary art is art created in the 20th century, 21st century, Gen X, 19th century. Philippine dance, which involves two individual performers hitting bamboo poles. Itik itik. Tinikling. Carinosa. Maglalatic. Philippine region that is famous for its indigenous fiber production. Eastern Visayas. Western Visayas. Central Visayas. None. Popular product that you will find in antique. Ukulele. Cineme. Rondalla. Patationg. Festive mask that represents the arts of Visayas. Mascara. Black mask. COVID mask. KN95. Famous town in eastern Visayas for its vibrant mat weaving industry. Biliran. Negros. Antique. Bacolod. A material woven from abaca fiber. Siname, Kaolin, Taikog, Banig.
I hope you have enjoyed that. Now let's test what you have learned. Under the section What I Have Learned, I want you to answer the following questions on your one-half crosswise paper.
I've been hanging on, counting days, thinking it was me all along. Had a million conversations in my head about where it went wrong. And I've got no idea where you've been, who you are, not anymore. All I got is this Polaroid picture of us from June 24th. It's where I kissed you for the first time, laid on your sheets. You gave me your heart and said you trusted with me, but all I did was let you down time and time again. It wasn't my intention, maybe we should have been friends. So, you're someone I used to know, but nobody said it'd be easy. But maybe I should've known. One more drink to swallow it down. I gotta get you out of my mind. But nobody said it was easy. Maybe I should've known. I've been out till late, shifting beds, trying to kill the image of you. Got a million stupid reasons not to call. It's just that I want to. Do you remember how we pulled the drapes in the basement to get away from the world that we couldn't fit in? And how we used to walk those empty streets at night in the city lights is where I saw you for the last time. Said our goodbyes, sat in the car, you saw the pain in my eyes, but I just couldn't let you down time and time again. It wasn't my intention, maybe we should have been friends. So, you're someone I used to know, but nobody said it'd be easy. But maybe I should've known. One more drink to swallow it down. I gotta get you out of my mind. But nobody said it was easy. But maybe I should've known. Guitar. So, you're someone I used to know, but nobody said it'd be.
And for what I can do, just consider yourself as a contemporary artist in the 21st century. In the 7 major forms of contemporary arts, just select one and explain your work. Okay? And for the summary, Philippine contemporary art is part of our culture. As a reader and viewer, you gain a deeper knowledge about what the contemporary Filipino artists do or did, and why and how they do or have done it. In doing so, you get to develop appreciation and gratitude for their artistic endeavors. Today, most Filipino contemporary artists still deal with current concerns that affect our country. They provide ways to allow the audience to participate in the experience. They acknowledge their Filipino roots by using native and indigenous materials in their artwork, which shows a growing sense of pride in being a Filipino. Thank you so much for learning with me. I hope that you have learned something new today. For my students in the physical classroom, I'll see you next time for our performance activity. To make it fun and enjoyable, we will do it inside the classroom. Thank you and see you next time. Bye!